I'm looking at your chart now, and I'm looking at the moving averages. I think the very first question that I have, I'm sure a lot of other guys have it as well, is what moving averages are you using and how are you using them?
Yeah, so I have what I call the trend. It's the three set of moving averages. The one that you can see that are the short-term averages. It's 35, 25, 32, but I ended up with these values because they used to be the default values on Binance and UOB back in the days. And it's what I use as an indicator whether we are in a trendy environment like we've got post-US election. And you can see the difference in behavior. As soon as the trend started to break, we then basically trend disrespected and we ended up chopping a lot. That's the primary indicator of trending behavior to me. And then I use 100 MA, 200 EMA, 300 MA. Basically, I have three main categories of trades. I'm going to have the simple trending follow-up strategy where you basically try to bid and ride or short, depending on the direction, obviously. Trend continuation setup, that we can use some examples later. I'm going to have gap fill approach, gap fill setups. That's whenever the trend breaks in order to try and maximize end of the trend, basically. And the main goal is to capture gap fills. What I refer as gap fill is the distance that you have between the trend and 100 moving average, 200 moving average, 300 moving average. Like last year, for example, you lose the trend, you fill the gap to 100 MA, you lose 100 MA, you fill the gap to 200. That's the second category of the main trades. The last category, which to me it's the one as I focus the most on, as a primarily swing trader, is when we have a compression of moving averages. So you have the very trendy behavior where you're going to have the trend respected, you lose it, you fill the gap. You have a big distance between main moving averages. You have a long period of consolidation. Everything starts to tighten and compress, which can be seen as, mathematically speaking, as simple as a moving average is nothing more than just an average, as its name is saying. Some people, there is nothing magical about it. The interpretation of compression like this is basically that the last trend has reset and that you should be expecting a new trendy behavior. And basically at this point, it's betting on which side the compression is going to resolve. And yeah, that's the main three categories for me. So that's a swing approach that I try to base off of compressions after a period of consolidations. Like, for example, when we are in this kind of environment, I'm not going to be looking for swings anymore. I would more expect to see chop fest scenarios. Trend following, very simple, and gap fill to try and capture trend reversals. So gap fills are going to be short within daily uptrends and long within daily downtrends, basically.
That's awesome. That's really good alpha. I'm happy you shared that with us.